event on the calendar, the Ancaster Cowes Classic, a demanding course to Torquay and back. The Royal Yacht Squadron, the traditional home of yachting, welcomes the brash Powerboat set. For Steve Curtis, these are home waters, and he arrives by sea. The key to this event, a grueling 230-mile marathon, is meticulous preparation. Sometimes last-minute adjustments are needed, even to propellers that cost more than £2,000 each. The night before the race, and all sensible drivers are getting a good night's sleep. John Clark, though, has engine problems.
We've got about another 2 hours work yet. So we'll be in bed probably about midnight, up at 6. Assuming this is okay. Oh, great fun. I mean, ask my guys, they're all enjoying themselves.
Offshore powerboat racing began life here in Cowes back in 1961, when wealthy owners raced their cruisers to Torquay for lunch. The boats have come a long way since then, and so has the sport.
Well, it's certainly on and up, and people that really appreciate these things and have known both scenes say now that in Great Britain they can see and sense that offshore powerboat racing is now exactly where Grand Prix car racing was about 10 years ago.
The morning of the world's toughest race, heralded by the deafening roar of thousands of horsepower preparing for the challenge. From here, the channel between the spectator boats appears wide, but not from the cockpit of a race boat.
We're in it now, aren't we? Nearly, not yet. Keep going right. No, right, John. Keep going right. Keep going right.
He's going to hit that
yeah,
boy.
Okay, all right. Okay, watch out for him. Oh, right. Wait!
God alive.
Look at the bloody smoke. Pull it slow enough, dead ahead.
Hey?
Just pull it slow, dead ahead.
My God.
Yeah.
Take the biscuit, this one.
We're on our way.
The battle for the lead is waged between Fabio Buzzi and the petrol catamaran of Lino Di Biasi. In Class 2, another duel is being fought. But the big British hope for the race, Steve Curtis, spins out on the first turn mark and returns with a damaged engine. Last week's winner, Eduardo Poli, follows in third place, but a mechanical fault soon eliminates him. Meanwhile, it appears that Buzzi is out of contention. He's investigating engine problems as he limps back towards Cowes. Second and third places in the National Championships are hotly contested between John Yeoman and Peter Armstrong as they head out of the Solent. But making a miraculous recovery is Fabio Buzzi with his English navigator Dag Pike, one of Richard Branson's winning team in the Virgin Blue Riband Challenge across the Atlantic. Buzzi soon overhauls most of the fleet at speeds touching 105 miles an hour, but he still has to make up that lost 12 minutes. In the lead across Lyme Bay is the Italian catamaran Bergutta, its two Lamborghini engines in fine tune in the hands of Lino Di Biasi. Torquay, where they make a compulsory 1-hour stopover for refueling, and Di Biasi has smashed the previous record at an average speed of 88 miles an hour. Second, 2 minutes later, John Davey, having unknowingly overtaken LS. Race engines burn fuel at 120 gallons an hour, so swift work is necessary.
We stopped for 2 minutes. We was in front of the second boat. We were second. we start again, we pass 4 boats again, and we are out first. It was not very lucky. We stopped for a stupid thing for 2 minutes.
But what about the European champion Butzi?
There's a fuel problem on one engine, and we thought it was terminal, but we did a quick check, we managed to get it going again. It should be quite exciting on the way back, because we just sort of pick them off one by one on the way back. We think we can do it, because we have the advantage coming up behind them. They will always be looking behind instead of in front where they should be going, so I think we're in with a chance, yeah.
The flag drops to restart Roger Fletcher, who only has to finish this leg to guarantee his British Championship. Off the Dorset coast, Baguta, leading the pack, has blown an engine with no hope of fixing it. This allows the big diesel-powered monohull Gancia de Gancia to take the lead, but close on its rooster tail is John Davy and co-driver Chris Peters in Mechanity. Davy powers through to become the first British boat to lead the Classic for 11 years. Speeds once again break the 100-mile-an-hour barrier. Several minutes behind, but catching up fast, is Fabio Buzzi, the aerofoil giving him vital stability at 110 miles an hour. In Class 2, Peter and Jan Armstrong make heavy going through the tidal race off St Albans in Dorset. No problems getting through the surf for Sponsor Wanted, with 53 wins already to her credit. At the finish, John Davy takes line honours at a record average speed of 83 miles an hour and the first British win since Ken Kassir in 1977. 30 seconds later follows Bruno Abate's Gancia de Gancia, but John Davy's elation is short-lived, for as Fabio Buzzi crosses the line, the 7 minutes lost refuelling at Torquay gives him the fastest elapsed time and the winner's laurels.
When I was coming into the harbour, Tim Powell making the signal that we were number one. But the moment when we start to think that we could win was in Torquay, when we have done a calculation of the time, and we have seen that we have lost nearly 12 minutes and we have gained 6 arriving in Torquay, so we can gain another 6 in the way back.
Oh, I mean, I last won this race about 18 years ago, so it's great. I can now retire. I've won it again. But I must pay a tribute to Fabio's driving on the way back. I've never seen a powerboat driven like it. I mean, his hands were chained down to the throttles were chained down to the dashboard, and that boat was going like a dream. I mean, the speedometer was on the stop.
When we asked people on the spectator boats and they said we were first, we were just over the moon, and then of course discovered we weren't. But it's a bit odd really. If we'd have known that he was leaving 7 minutes late because of fueling problems, we could have gone harder. And we actually did. I mean, on the calm sections, we had a job with Gancia in the rough stuff. And in the calm sections, when we were ahead of him, we knew and weighed up the conditions ahead of us, and we could have gone faster in those calmer had we have known.
Fabio Buzzi, overall winner, John Davy, the leading driver in the British Championship. But that second place for Roger Fletcher, enough to guarantee him the title in his very first season. The Southampton